Hello, I'm Org, and this time we are back in World of Tanks, and I have two replays to show you in my T14, the American Tier 5 Premium Heavy Tank, which has been given away as a gift so many times now that I think basically half the people that play this game have one of these. Well, I can't really comment. I basically got it for playing World of Warplanes as a beta tester, so I got it for free as well. But anyway, I really enjoyed this tank up until this morning. No, I was going to say it was my highest tier heavy tank, but now I've also got a TOG. So it was my second highest tier heavy tank, whereas I just went and bought a Tiger 2 this morning, so it's now way down. But despite that, it's actually one of the tanks I do best at in terms of average experience earned per battle. As in, I think only the Panther and the Type 58 tanks I do better than this in. And anyway, we are on the Arctic region map, and I'm just poking around this corner fairly slowly, trying to use, well, my excellent turret armour to get a kind of a held down position, where basically the enemy's not going to have any hope of penetrating me, but the enemy aren't here. Except for a single Churchill 3, which is really fun, because as a general rule, T14s and Churchill 3s can't really penetrate each other. And I actually really enjoy these bounce fights where you just bounce, bounce, bounce. This time I'm kind of lucky in that my team's here to help me out, and well, I get two penetrating shots and I technically get the kill, but basically I was just a distraction while my team went and killed that guy. Of course I took a tiny bit of damage myself. But, well, we've basically broken through to the enemy's base. But, well, there weren't any tanks there because for some reason they're all camping on this hill. So I decided I've just got to charge over the open ground, get kind of down under their guns, and hopefully they'll expose themselves coming out to try and kill me, and all those tanks that are camping a bit behind me will be able to get the kills. It's almost there. I thought about taking shots at the Su-26, but I figured I'd have no hope of hitting it, and my team should be able to get it. But they didn't even bother. I was aiming for the driver's slit on the Hetzer there since it's a weak spot. But I kind of missed, and I see an Su-85B, which my guess is it's actually a bot. But I'll take a kill. I mean, it's given to me for free like that. I was hoping to hit the lower glacis of the Hetzer, which is kind of the other weak spot. But I missed, and then completely by chance I actually managed to put a shot through the driver's slit. And then I'm just kind of unloading on the Hetzer there, but I took a lot of damage, I think from the Hetzer and from the Electo, which are basically the only tanks here that can damage me with their high explosive guns. Valentine AT maybe, but the Electo definitely. So I'm just going to pull up here, once I can get round the wreck of the Hetzer, and just see who I can shoot at. And I get shot in the back by my friendly Su-85. Which definitely can damage me at that range in my back. So I kind of wait for it to die, but it kills the Valentine AT for me instead of dying, so now I think I can pull up. And there's the T80, which can't hurt me at all, but I can hurt it pretty easily. Set it on fire, and now it's dead. But the Electo that was up here like 2 seconds ago just disappeared. So I thought maybe it had gone around the corner here to ambush us, but it's not there, so I go to reverse and that Su-85 is blocking me. So I just pull up to let it overtake, since it seems to want to come up here. And then I start reversing down the hill. Just because there doesn't really seem to be enough space here for me to turn around. And you remember all those tanks that were camping up behind me? They've all basically been killed by this Su-85 over here. I'll take a blind shot at it. Now, I really should be turning my armour around now, but I think my rear armour is about as thick as my front armour. And well, I managed to kill the Su-85, which puts me on my 5th kill, but it took out my track. Now I decided not to repair it, because well, I'll fix it quickly enough and I wasn't under any immediate danger, and repair kits are good to have. But things aren't looking great for us. We're losing 9 to 11, but well, there's no enemies near their cap circle. We've got an 82 defending ours, so I decide to go in and cap. And then here I go around these trees, And then I see the SU-85's not coming to cap. So I can't decide to go off and support it, since with 1 hit point it's not going to be able to do much of anything. I was expecting the friendly M8A1 to cap. You see here I had a bit of second thoughts, but then I'm going, no, I'll stick with the SU-85. And I think what's actually happened here is there's been a bit of misreading of signals. And I think the SU-85 was also going to cap at the start, but then saw me dodge that tree, which I did because I was scared that the SU-26 might see the tree fall down and might artillery me. Then the SU-85 decided, no, we decided that I wasn't going to go cap, so it started turning off to go down this way, which I then saw and go, okay, well, better support the SU-85, and no one's capped. Of course, the M8A1's followed us down as well,
We didn't even scratch
but
them.
it kind of worked out right, because this T14 comes charging up, kills the SU-85, which only a 1 hit point,
Enemy is hit.
but I could put some shots into it.
We didn't
I managed to
even
track
scratch
it, angle my armour a bit better,
Enemy armor is damaged.
and well, at this range I can go through the T14's armour, but usually I can't. And the M8A1's getting shot at by something, so I pulled back to in front of it to block the shots. You see me, I bounce one. Actually, I wonder who that was. Couldn't have been the Electo, because I'm pretty sure that's firing a higher explosive. Must have been the Panzer IV-H, because the T-34 is way down by our base. And of course the SU-26 would have exploded on me. Anyway, you see me reversing back now, because I know there's something out there shooting at me, so I want to keep my frontal armour towards the enemy. But now the SU-85 is dead and all confusion has been removed, or miscommunication I should say, I am definitely going to go cap. We've still got the AT-2 down at our base, who's obviously been doing good work keeping that T-34 at bay. But still, well, I have no idea where the Elector is, and we know that's nearby because it was up on that hill with us just a short while ago. Panzer IV-H was probably what was shooting at me, so that's actually probably still sitting basically where it was spotted last on the map. The SU-26 really should be shooting at me, but I'm guessing it's gone into a position where it can shoot at the AT-2 instead. So we're only really expecting the Electo and the Panzer IV-H to come, and well, now you can see the Electo is actually down by our base as well. So the Panzer IV-H is the only threat here, which me and the M8A1 should be able to handle if it comes. And I'm expecting to come this way because, as I said, it was last spotted up on the hill and it's probably still just sitting up there. But, well, it doesn't come. And we win by capping. Which, I didn't realise that at the time, but this game actually completed a mission I have been stuck on forever. Which is Heavy Tank Mission 7, where we have to cause 1,000 hit points of damage to enemy vehicles and successfully capture the base. As you see, I did 1,100 damage to get 5 kills and I helped capture the base, so mission accomplished. The thing that's taken me so long is that, well, the only tanks I've got are the T14 and the TOG, and the T14 is fast enough to get into the enemy base, but it's got a weak little gun, so it doesn't actually do a lot of damage, whereas the TOG, the gun's good and I can do 1,000 points of damage pretty regularly in a average game, but it's just way too slow to ever get anywhere near the enemy's base while the enemy team is still alive, if you know what I mean. So it's just been a very hard mission to complete. I kind of managed to get lucky there in that, well, basically I think if we hadn't have actually gone forward to kill that T14, I wouldn't have had enough damage, so I wouldn't have passed the mission. So kind of our miscommunications that were bad for the team, or bad for our chances of winning, were actually kind of good for me in the end, and that finally managed to get past that mission, which I've been stuck on for about 2 weeks. But anyway, another game in the T14. And well, I was getting into town here, but then I spot a bunch of enemy tanks, including a Panzer 1C. Well, I take a shot at, and by that time I thought I tracked it, but it seems like I actually just ran into an obstacle and stopped. But anyway, I take 2 shots and that guy's dead. A Type T-34. And my shell hits straight into the gun mantless and bounces off. But second shot goes in, pulls behind a house, but then immediately pops back out for me to put a 3rd shot in. And well, it's almost dead now. But, well, there's only myself and an M4 Sherman in the town here, so things aren't looking that great for us. It's a lot better when a SU-85 gives me its rear.
Enemy armor is
And I put a big shot in, and I believe the M4 is about to kill it, but not after taking a big hit itself. And we see a T14, and I was thinking about poking around the corner there, but I see a Churchill 1, and well, that's not something I want to fight. It's basically got the armour of a Churchill 3, which, as you know from the last video, I can't consistently penetrate. But it's got a gun that can penetrate me, so I decided to pick on the AMX-40 instead.
Enemy is hit.
And my first shot is aiming at its driver's viewports, which is kind of the weak spot, but I realise it's got the stock turret, which is a giant weak spot. Put one shot through, but the other one bounces.
That one
And then the enemy T14 comes around the corner. And these are the kind of engagements I really like. As I said, we basically can't penetrate each other, but we're still going to try. There's also a KV-1 and a Churchill 1 here, and my friendly M4's just died, but a Matilda 4's come to back me up. T14's side scraping, so I decided to track it, just see if anyone will hit it and I can get some free experience. Matilda 4 looked like it was going to go around the corner, but it just killed that Churchill 1, now it's right back up. And here comes a KV-1. I was hoping to track it, but it moved forward at the last second, so I just kind of bounced off its armour. T14 side scraping, so I kind of aim for the frontal weak spot, but I don't quite have a shot in it. Another KV-1 side scraping. And they've wrecked my tracks, but that's okay, no actual damage yet. Managed to get a shot through the T14's weak spot, but now the KV-1's blocking it.
Let's go. Ricochet.
And the KV-1 gives me his frontal flat plate, which I can penetrate, especially at these kind of ranges.
That one didn't go through.
I've taken my tracks off again, but still haven't taken any damage. So maybe the KV-1 will give me its weak spot again, but it hasn't. But the T14, just a little bit more. There we go.
Enemy armor is
Put
hit.
a shot through its machine gun port. My second one just misses. Third one bounces.
Scratch them.
And at the time I was so busy bouncing shots at the T14 that I didn't actually notice my friendly Matilda 4 has actually gone flanking. But I managed to get a couple of shots more, I think, through the frontal weak spot,
We didn't penetrate their
which
armor.
leaves the T14 on very low
Enemy
health,
armor is hit.
basically a one shot for me even.
Ricochet.
And then I poked my head out and realised, oh, that Matilda 4 is going head to head with a KV-1, I'd better get out there and help it,
We didn't
since
even
I really
scratch
wasn't
them.
doing much good there at all.
We didn't
Bounce off the KV-1, but I distract it so it turns its gun slightly towards me, which allows the Matilda 4 to kill it. And now chasing down this last enemy T14. Well, it's not the last enemy, it is a T14, the last one of them though. One shot kill from me. It's turned its arm to face me, but I put a shot through the frontal weak spot, and well, that's dead. And that is basically my contribution to the game, as the enemy team basically just kills itself. Well, they don't kill themselves, we killed them immediately afterwards. But anyway, that's kind of the T14, and as you can see here, I got high caliber in that one, which was a bit surprising. A steel wall and a cool headed for so many bounces, did 1200 damage, which it was a bit surprising. I didn't expect that at the time. And here we go, 1300 damage blocked by armor. I was hit 15 times and only one of them penetrated. So, well, that's really what I like about the T14. It's all about the armor, and well, I kind of hope you guys have one now. You've had a decent chance to get one, I think. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all next time.